And good afternoon, everybody. You are listening to another MLB The Show 20 simulation broadcast at long last. After a very long wait, we are now playing at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. The New York Yankees, a team that we have seen before, taking on the Detroit Tigers, another team that we have seen before, although not in a good light. The two teams facing off pretty well. The pitching is going to be a huge marker, but instead of showing the good team stats, we're going to take a look at the stats of the Detroit Tigers, who finished with a very terrible record last season. As you see, the ERAs, the saves, 31 saves on the year as a team, may I remind you, and they have allowed 250 home runs on the season. The starting pitcher right there in the bullpen, that is Matthew Boyd, the starting pitcher for the New York Yankees. James Paxton instead of Garrett Cole. Unfortunately, in real time, James Paxton is not available as he got injured and only started 5 games in the year, even though the Yankees are going to be playing in the American League Division Series against the Tampa Bay Rays. The pitching is going to be a huge part there, but considering the statistics that we are looking at now for the Detroit Tigers pitching, expect the Yankees offense to just go absolutely crazy. As we'll name off the lineup really quickly right here. We will face off against Matthew Boyd, leading off the right fielder Aaron Judge, the left fielder Giancarlo Stanton, the second baseman DJ LeMahieu. They'll be the first 3 hitters. Gleyber Torres, the shortstop at the cleanup spot. Gary Sanchez, the catcher. Gio Urshela, the third baseman. Luke Voigt, the first baseman. He has been absolutely amazing this year. The center fielder Aaron Hicks and the designated hitter Miguel Andujar. As the starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers walks up onto the mound, he digs his feet in the dirt. Matthew Boyd, he finished the 2020 season with a 3-7 record and an ERA of 6.71 in 12 starts. Here's the first pitch from the southpaw to Aaron Judge. He'll get outside a fastball 1-0. In 12 starts for Matthew Boyd, he threw 60 and a third innings, 67 hits, 45 earned runs. He has walked 22 and struck out 60, again with an ERA just under 7 on the year. Boyd, the 1-0 pitch under the zone, down and into the right fielder Aaron Judge. And it'll bring the count now at 2-0. Boyd throwing to catcher Jake Rogers. The 2-0 pitch from Boyd is a swing and a miss, strike 1 on a fastball, 94 miles an hour.
Ice skating before we're through tonight. 39 degrees at first pitch.
As the screen showing the weather here in Detroit, a pretty cold day, but we're pretty confident both teams will be ready to play this game. The 2-1 pitch is a shot hitting the left field. It'll be fielded by the left fielder Nico Goodrum. And Aaron Judge gives the Yankees a leadoff base hit and a runner on first base for the left fielder Giancarlo Stanton. The 30-year-old playing 23 games last year. This one a well-hit ball. This will hook into foul territory past the third base line. The count started 0-1. Stanton had some trouble earlier in the simulation broadcast series. He went 0 for 4 against the Pittsburgh Pirates at Yankee Stadium. Boyd, the 0-1 pitch inside. A breaking ball just out of the zone inside, 1-1.
You know, this is one of the guys behind the dish, Freddie Ferguson, Dan, that the rookies are going to have a tough time.
Defensive lineup for Detroit, once again, Jake Rogers behind home plate. The 1-1 pitch from Boyd, that is a fly ball. This one going into right field. Back goes Harold Castro. He is under it. He's going to make the catch. Judge staying at first base as the throw to second is cut off by the second baseman. Now bring up the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He has been absolutely amazing this year. A front runner for the MVP in the American League. A .364 batting average in 50 games, including playing a huge part in Game 2 of the AL Wildcard Series against Cleveland. First pitch is a shot going in left field. That's going to fall and hit the wall. Judge going to third base, and the Yankees will have a runners on the corners. Judge sliding in safely. As the Yankees are threatening with Gleyber Torres now at the plate, the starting shortstop. LeMahieu getting all of that ball. He has a .364 average for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. It's because he can make hits like that. Now Boyd will face off against Torres. First pitch is a strike one looking. And 42 games for the Yankees in the regular season, a 243 average, with 8 doubles, 3 homers, and 16 RBIs on the season. Count at 0-1, runners on the corners, 1 out, no score. And the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball inside, a ball and a strike. The defensive lineup for Detroit: Jake Rogers behind home plate, Matthew Boyd on the mound. Heimer Candelario at third base, Ronnie Rodriguez at shortstop, Victor Reyes at second base, and Miguel Cabrera at first base. Rounding up the same infield that we saw from when the Tigers faced off against Cleveland. The 1-1 pitch is outside, a check swing, didn't go, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
Runners on the corners, the Yankees threatening to score early, and Boyd throws a fastball into the zone, 3 balls, 1 strike.
Situation to hit it now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
And Boyd, the 3-1. Fly ball hit out of play, foul. Count is full at 3-2. Matthew Boyd getting himself in a conundrum early in the top of the first inning. No score, Yankees and Tigers. The payoff pitch, that's a swing and a miss and an inside fastball. They'll get him for the second out of the inning. A huge out for Matthew Boyd. Runners on the corner still at first and third. Aaron Judge at third base. DJ LeMahieu at first. They'll bring up the Yankees catcher, Gary Sanchez. Unlike players like DJ LeMahieu and Luke Voigt and Gio Urshela, Gary Sanchez, he plays in 49 games and has had a somewhat lackluster season. He has a batting average of 147. 23 hits and 156 at-bats. But man, can he play behind the plate. The 0-1 pitch, fastball down and out, 1-1. As I mentioned before, the New York Yankees are currently preparing to play in the American League Division Series against their American League East rival, the Tampa Bay Rays, while the Detroit Tigers, once again, their season has come to an end. The 1-1 by Boyd. This is a foul chopper. Fouled off and falls right near the legs of the catcher Rogers, count at 1-2. And the Tigers, they finished last place in the American League Central with a record of 23-35 in this shortened season. The 1-2 pitch, a curveball outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matthew Boyd with a chance to get out of this jam. The 2-2 pitch, that is a foul chopper. They'll go back. And Matthew Boyd has himself another battle. And the 2-2 pitch upstairs, inside at that fastball, and another full count for Matthew Boyd. He was able to get past Gleyber Torres in the last one. The payoff pitch, that's a strike 3 called on a pitch down in the zone. And Matthew Boyd gets out of an early first inning jam. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. Scoreless as Detroit is coming up. And we are now back in the bottom of the first inning. The Yankees almost got a couple of runs on the board, but they left runners on the corners as James Paxton walks up to the mound. He finished the 2020 season with a 1-1 record with an ERA of 6.64 in 5 starts before finishing off his year early due to injury. As the leadoff hitter, the left fielder Nico Goodrum walks up to the plate. Paxton, the first pitch is a shot. Go into right field. It'll fall in front of the right fielder, Aaron Judge. And just like that, Detroit has a base runner. That's on the first pitch.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor. When a guy's throwing that hard, 96 miles an hour.
And considering that someone like James Paxton's throwing that fast, Nico is already a few steps ahead of him with that 96-mile-an-hour pitch. And now the first baseman, the veteran, Miguel Cabrera, walks up to the plate. The first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1.
And as the Yankees get started here tonight, guys, they come in a real funk to start the year. Still searching for what's been an elusive first win.
Yeah, Paxton's season ended back in February. As it was revealed, he went under a microscopic lumbar dissection. The 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike two. And Paxton already ahead of the count on Cabrera on the first two pitches. Runner on first base, no score. Bottom of the first, Paxton, the 0-2 pitch. That is a slow ground ball fielded by LeMahieu. Tosses it to second for one, throws the first in time for a 4-6-3 double play. Goodrum is out at second. LeMahieu tossing it to Gleyber Torres. And the Yankees got the first two outs of the first inning just like that. Here's the catcher, Jake Rogers.
Yeah, Matt, that two ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a two-out rally started.
Walking up to the plate, Rogers.
Paxton peers in. Here's the first pitch.
First pitch by Paxton. The check swing, strike one looking. And Jake Rogers looked like he was...
2 out, nobody on.
Looks like he hasn't made any appearances in the 2020 season.
The
0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike two, and a fastball on the inside corner. So Rogers is on the Tigers roster here from MLB The Show, but I'm not finding any stats from him from the 2020 season. The 0-2 pitch, a chopper, fielded by LeMahieu at second. Tosses it to first, gets him out in time. That will end the inning as James Paxton gets out of the jam. A 1-2-3 inning, one hit, nobody left on. And we are now back to the top of the second inning, scoreless. After one full inning, the Yankees, they left runners on the corners. They are looking to threaten again here with Gio Urshela, the starting third baseman. It'll be Urshela, Luke Voigt, and Aaron Hicks. Boyd, first pitch, swing and a miss, strike one.
Hey, either this hitter needs a cup of coffee or he was sitting off speed right there.
And Boyd, the 0-1 pitch, is right down the middle. Fastball 0-2. Urshela, batting average just under 300, finished the 2020 regular season, a 298 average in 43 games. The 0-2, that is a chopper down the third base side, turning into a ground ball, foul. It'll be Urshela, Voigt, and Hicks. Miguel Andujar is the 9-hitter. The 0-2 pitch by Boyd, that is a fly ball. That one going into left field. Back goes Goodrum. Goodrum is under. It's going to make the catch. We're out number one. I'll bring up easily the most exciting player in baseball right now. Definitely the most exciting player in the American League. And that's Luke Voigt. In 56 games, a batting average of .277. But he leads the team in home runs with 22 twice. As more as the second leading player, which is Gary Sanchez and DJ LeMahieu, who both have 10 each. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on that curveball, 0-2.
No score here as we play inning number 2.
And as expected, Voigt, another player in that AL wildcard series against the Cleveland Indians. The 0-2 pitch, upstairs, fastball, 1-2. At the letters, 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the second. 1 out, nobody on base, no score. The 1-2 pitch, a curveball down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, a ground ball. This one getting into the hole in right, gets past the second baseman Reyes, and Luke Voigt gets to first base. The Yankees get another base hit.
You get him down 0-2, no put away pitch, works the count back to neutral, and is able to mix in a base hit. Nice job.
And now bring up the center fielder Aaron Hicks, 54 games last season, a .225 average, 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, 10 doubles. Aaron Hicks, his first pitch, fastball down, and a little bit in, ball 1. So the Yankees are threatening once again with a runner on first base in Luke Voigt here in the top of the second. No score, 1 out.
Here it comes, 1-0.
And Boyd, the 1-0 pitch, up and in, fastball, 2-0. Boyd, the 2-0. And another
Miguel Andujar
curveball again
leads
going
on
out. And a 3-0 count from Matthew Boyd. Again, looking at the stats from Detroit's
He's set.
pitching
And the
staff
3-0
last year, they were
offer.
not too good. You kind of expect New York's offense to get something going. They did a little bit in the first inning. And it looks like they have something close to that here in the second. The
3-2 now.
3-0 pitch, strike down the middle, and a 3-1 pitch fouls back, so the count is now full. Matthew Boyd working the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Hicks, the center fielder. And the payoff pitch from the southpaw. That is a fly ball right near the line, and that's going to fall fair in right field. Luke Voigt's going to go to third base. Aaron Hicks stopping at second. And Aaron Hicks has a 1-out double. Luke Voigt going to third, and the Yankees once again have runners in scoring position. With 1 out here in the second inning, that one falling near the line. Harold Castro, the right fielder, nowhere near it. As Miguel Andujar walks up to the plate. Once again with 1 out in the top of the second, the Yankees threatening.
Here's Miguel Andujar now. As the first pitch to him is a changeup.
With runners
Can't
on
find the zone. It's
second and
ball
third
1.
in scoring position. First pitch, a ball
Voigt,
1
the
outside
runner
with
at
the
third. Hicks is
breaking
over at
ball.
second with 1 down in the inning.
And Boyd, the 1-0 pitch. That's
Aiming
another
for that outside
curveball.
corner, but just missing 2-0.
Going down and out, 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0, that is a
2
fly
balls and a
ball
strike
foul
now.
past the first base side for 2-1.
The 2-1.
And Boyd, the 2-1 pitch upstairs and in fastball. 3 balls, 1 strike, another tough at bat for Boyd. As you see who's on deck right there, the big man, Aaron Judge. And the 3-1 count, that is a fly ball. That one's going to go in short right field. Harold Castro is under it. The runners are going to stay, except for Luke Voigt. Voigt is going to slide for home, and he is out by 1.5 miles. As a nice throw by Harold Castro, but Luke Voigt, you saw the screen, he had like 29 speed. And that will end the second inning. And we are now back in the bottom of the second inning. The Yankees, they once again had another chance to score. Luke Voigt tagging from third, but was thrown out by Harold Castro. And that keeps the game scoreless. James Paxton facing off against the middle of the order is Jeimer Candelario, another star player, opposite Luke Voigt. As the third baseman has done pretty well for himself, a .297 batting average in 52 games. Paxton working on an 0-2 count now on Candelario with a pair of foul balls. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Paxton gets Candelario swinging for out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
On an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
And that'll bring up the starting shortstop, Ronnie Rodriguez, who I do not believe has even had enough time for me to find any stats of him in the 2020 season alongside Jake Rogers. And the first pitch outside, 1-0.
Playing here in his age 26 season. This is his first year at the big league level.
And the 1-0 pitch. As a pop fly, that one going into short right center. Aaron Judge is under it, going to run and make the play for the second out of the inning. So Jake Rogers and Ronnie Rodriguez, says here according to this game that they're playing their first seasons, but I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them on Baseball Reference here. I guess we have to wait till next year for that. They were put on the taxi squad, I presume. Here's the center fielder, Jacoby Jones. Looking to get on base, 2 outs, bottom of the second. First pitch, a strike 1 looking.
Yeah, I get it. They want to run this guy's pitch count up, but that was a pretty good pitch to hit. He might be kicking himself that he didn't swing at that one.
Paxton steps into his windup. Here's the 0-1.
And the 0-1, the foul chopper down the first base side. A pretty good pitch at the pretty good pitch right there. And the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. And James Paxton throws a 1-2-3 inning, keeps this game scoreless after 2 full. But the Yankees, they have 4 hits. Their bats are still alive. They are threatening.
Welcome back to Detroit, where these fans have witnessed.
And we are now back in the top of the third inning. No score between the Detroit Tigers and the New York Yankees. As you look once again at the Detroit pitching stats, like it's almost a sort of foreshadowing, because the New York Yankees, they have 4 hits. The only question is, when will this bomb go off, for a lack of a better analogy? Because the Yankees have 4 hits. A guy has been thrown out of home plate. At some point, they're gonna score some runs. Looking at how abysmal the Detroit pitching staff statistically are from last season. But Matthew Boyd is doing a pretty solid job. I won't give him credit for that in the first 2 innings, but keeping the Yankees at bay. First pitch, a curveball down the middle to Aaron Judge to start the count off at 0-1. Boyd, the windup and the 0-1 pitch upstairs, a ball and a strike.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to
and the 1-1 pitch, a ground ball into the glove of the third baseman. Candelario throws the first. Nice pick by Miggy. They get him for out number 1. If you're looking at statistically in the 2020 season, this guy is easily the best player on the Tigers team, Jeimer Candelario. And that's one of the reasons why. He makes a great play at third base, robbing Aaron Judge of a base hit and gets him for out number 1. Here is the big man, Giancarlo Stanton, the other big man, in addition to Judge. First pitch is a fastball into the zone, a little bit inside, 1-0. Matthew Boyd getting the sign from Rogers, the 1-0 pitch, that's a ground ball. Another ball fielded by Candelario. At the line, he does it again! Jeimer Candelario making back-to-back amazing plays to get the first 2 outs in the third inning. He has been amazing on the hot corner and is definitely saving Matthew Boyd's behind in this inning. Here is the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu. He got a first pitch single in his previous at-bat. Matthew Boyd, the step back and the windup, the first pitch. That is a fly ball. This one going to left field. Back goes Goodrum. Goodrum at the warning track. That one's going to go, and that one will be gone. DJ LeMahieu has given the Yankees an early 1-0 lead. Another first pitch base hit. This one going over the left field wall, and the Yankees have an early 1-0 lead. There's no way Candelario will get near that ball, I'll tell you that much. But just like with that first pitch, DJ LeMahieu, a legit AL MVP candidate right now, knows where to hit the ball, and clearly from looking at those 2 at-bats, knows where the first pitch is going to be. Though the first pitch from Boyd to Gleyber Torres is going to be foul. A very well hit ball by Torres. He puts him on one knee a la Adrian Beltre, but the count will start at 0-1. Matthew Boyd getting the sign from Jake Rogers. 2 outs, top of the third. And the 0-1 pitch, that is another foul ball down the third base line. And once again, it brings him down on one knee again. And the count will go at 0-2. Matthew Boyd, the windup and the 0-2 pitch from the southpaw outside. Fastball, a ball and 2 strikes. In his previous at-bat, he struck out in a full count. The 1-2 pitch, that one's a foul ball. It'll ball right near the on-deck hitter, Gary Sanchez, right near the on-deck circle for the Yankees. The ball and 2 strikes. The Yankees with a 1-0 lead. And a fastball under the zone, just under the strike zone, makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Boyd, ahead of the count, has a chance to finish off the top of the third. 1-0 Yankees. The 2-2 pitch upstairs and outside fastball. And it makes the count full once again for Boyd against Gleyber Torres, the starting shortstop. The Yankees have just got their first run of the game on a solo home run over the left field wall by DJ LeMahieu. And look to add on to that, starting with this at-bat, the payoff pitch. That's a foul ball. And he hit back.
You know, taking you inside the mind
fouled
of
back,
right here, you
and will continue. Yeah, bat 54 pitches and 2 2/3 for Matthew Boyd currently. The payoff pitch, That is a fly ball. That is going to hook in the foul territory and will fall, and the at-bat will continue.
I know the fans love the souvenirs, but the battle between the pitcher and batter right here is what makes the game.
Boyd, the payoff pitch, that is a chopper fielded by Candelario on one hop. The throw to first will be in time, and that will finish off the top of the third inning. But the big play of the game, big play of the inning, DJ LeMahieu, that first pitch swing over the left field wall, and the New York Yankees have an early 1-0 lead as the Tigers will look to respond. And we are now back in the bottom of the third inning. James Paxton now looking to defend a 1-0 lead against the Tigers. It'll be the bottom three hitters. Grayson Grenier, the designated hitter. He'll be hitting for the pitcher Boyd, the left fielder Harold Castro, and the second baseman Victor Reyes. Paxton, the first pitch. A fastball down the middle, strike one looking.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
And Paxton, the 0-1 pitch. A
behind 0-2 now.
Well hit ball foul past the third base side. And the count is 0-2. The New York Yankees, if you are just tuning in, start off with a 1-0 lead in the top of the third on a solo home run by DJ LeMahieu. And the 0-2 pitch by Paxton, that's going to fall into the dirt to the catcher Jerry Sanchez, counted a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, another pitch under the zone.
And wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career.
With that knuckle curve,
here now the 2-2.
It makes the count at 2-2. Paxton, the 2-2 pitch, foul chopper. They'll go out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grayson Grenier, who played in 18 games last year for the Tigers, or my mistake, this year for the Tigers. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss at the fastball outside. It'll get him for out number 1. In the bottom of the third, brings up the right fielder Harold Castro, who hasn't played in many games himself, 22 games on the year, but he has a .347 batting average. He knows how to get on base, has 4 doubles, 3 RBIs, and has scored 6 runs on the year for the Motor City Kitties. First pitch is strike one looking at 0-1. It'll be Grenier, Castro, and Reyes here in the bottom of the third. Paxton, the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball way under the zone at 0-2.
On the mound right now, these guys are swinging at everything. You just want to try and paint the corners.
Ever since that leadoff single by Goodrum,
and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number
Paxton
2.
has retired every other batter that he has faced since. The 0-2 pitch, another swing and a miss, another strike 3, and Paxton has 4 strikeouts on the day. So since he allowed that base hit to Nico Goodrum, he has retired the last 7 batters he has faced. And he'll look to make that 8 here with the second baseman Victor Reyes. Paxton, the step back and the windup from the left-handed pitcher.
No balls and 1 strike.
And it'll be a foul ball straight into the seats, or what I presume to be the netting, right next to the Yankees dugout along the first baseline.
The windup and the 0-1.
And Paxton, the windup and the 0-1 pitch, a fastball up and in. Count is even at a ball and a strike. And Paxton, the 1-1 pitch, that knuckle curve, makes Reyes swing at it. Count at a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch way inside, 2-2.
Their count now at 2-2.
And Reyes, playing in 57 games, used as a center fielder mainly, with a batting average of .277 on the 2020 season. With 30 runs, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, and 14 RBIs on the year. He also is pretty solid on the base pass. He led the team in the 2020 season in stolen bases with 8. Nico Goodrum behind him by 1 with 7. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Paxton, the 2-2 pitch under the zone. Full count, 3-2. The first one for Paxton this year. 2 outs, bottom of the third. Yankees lead 1-0. The payoff pitch by Paxton's going to be hit foul past the first base side. So compared to Matthew Boyd, Paxton keeping his pitch count in check, but let's see how close he can keep it in check, as The payoff pitch will just go outside for a ball 4. Under the knees, outside of the zone, and James Paxton walking his first batter, and it'll be the first base runner for the Tigers since Nico Goodrum got a base hit in the first inning. Speaking of which, that's where he is right now in the first inning.
Considered a big no-no, of course.
Where he got that single. He got out in a 4-6-3 double play after that. That was hit by Miguel Cabrera. Paxton the first pitch. That'll be under the zone, ball 1.
Runs at first right here, but if the pitcher on the mound executes, keeps the ball in play, I think good things are going to happen.
With that knuckle curve, ball and no strikes. Right around third base for Detroit, the game-tying run at first. The 1-0 pitch by Paxton upstairs. Fastball just gets over the zone enough to be called a ball 2. Goodrum producing the only base hit for Detroit in this game so far. In the top of the first inning, Paxton, the 2-0 pitch upstairs. Another fastball, this time way above the zone. And the count now 3-0. If Paxton only can get out of this inning, he'll have a chance to regroup
Easy transfer throw to second base.
before he can get himself back out there. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 outs and a runner on first. The 3-0 pitch, a fastball called strike, 3-1.
Want to miss over the heart of the plate in this situation. I gotta believe he's going to be
Nico Goodrum, a batting average of 184 on the year in 43 games. The 3-1 pitch, that's a strike 2 looking. That one just getting in the zone, down and in, above the knees with that cutter up in the high 80s. So another full count, 3-2. Paxton against the leadoff hitter Nico Goodrum. The payoff pitch, a check swing, the curveball going under the zone for a ball 4, and the Tigers are threatening. They have runners on first and second with 2 outs. They're in the bottom of the third. The Yankees, they got their only run on a solo home run by DJ LeMahieu. Now the Tigers are threatening with Miguel Cabrera walking up to the plate. He hit that 4-6-3 double play back in that first inning. They got Goodrum out at second. First pitch is strike 1 looking.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous.
James Paxton in his most distressing scenario right now with runners on first and second base. Back-to-back walks. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
The count doesn't mean much to this batter. He's all in. He's not concerned with striking out, so he's going to get his A swing off.
Runners on first and second for Detroit. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. James Paxton gets out of the jam. He strikes out the side, leaves 2 runners on base, and the Yankees will keep their 1-0 lead as we go into the bottom of the third inning. My mistake, top of the fourth.
Start of the fourth upcoming, but first,
and we are now back in the top of the fourth inning. The Detroit Tigers now had a shot to get some runs on the board, but just like with the Yankees in the first inning and in the second inning, the pitching prevented him to do so. As James Paxton struck out the side, but he allowed Victor Reyes and Nico Goodrum to get on base on balls, on walks, but were able to strand them on first and second. Here's Matthew Boyd once again on the mound in the top of the fourth. He'll face off against the catcher Gary Sanchez, followed by the third baseman Gio Urshela and the first baseman Luke Voigt. Boyd, the first pitch outside, that curveball way in the dirt to the catcher Jake Rogers, 1-0.
The 1-0 home.
And Boyd, the 1-0 pitch, another curveball. This one just getting in the zone, evens it up at 1-1. Sanchez, he struck out looking on a pitch down in the zone to end the first inning with runners on the corners. And the 1-1 pitch, a very well hit ball, foul past the third base side, count out a ball and 2 strikes. Matthew Boyd, the windup and the 1-2 pitch for the first batter. This will be another foul ball, this time down the first base side. Gary Sanchez struck out looking in the first inning. Gio Urshela flew out to the left fielder to start off the second inning. The 1-2 pitch, a fastball inside, 2-2. Boyd The windup and the 2-2 pitch. Whoa, that
Here's a
is
curveball that's laid off that time. It's
up
full,
and
3-2.
in. Looking from the arc, it looked like it would be out of the zone, and there'll be another full count for Matthew Boyd against Gary Sanchez.
He's going to need going forward.
And the payoff pitch.
And the payoff pitch from Matthew Boyd, a
Hit hard down the
foul
first
chopper
baseline.
down the first
But
base
this'll
side.
get
No,
foul, so they'll do
foul.
it again. 3-2.
And once again, another battle for Matthew Boyd. He's able to get Gleyber Torres out to end the previous inning. And the payoff pitch is a fly ball right near the line in right field. Back going Castro at the wall. Makes the play in foul territory. A nice play by Harold Castro. Now, if I were to show you this Tigers roster 5 years ago, you would tell me I'm crazy. But looking at what Castro did and what Candelario did in the previous inning at third base, those are a couple of reasons to safely say this is the future of your Detroit Tigers. First pitch from Boyd to Gio Urshela. Another fly ball to right. Castro is under it. Doesn't have to move much this time. It'll get him for out number 2. Now here's the first baseman, Luke Voigt, who has had the most action so far in this game. DJ LeMahieu hit the home run, but Voigt is the one with the most action. He got a base hit in the second inning. A double by Aaron Hicks moved him to third, and he tried tagging up from third on the fly ball from Miguel Andujar, but was thrown out at the plate. That would have been the Yankees' first run, but the Yankees were able to get that run back on that home run by LeMahieu. First pitch, a ball. Next pitch, a swing and a miss, strike one on a curveball. The 1-1 pitch by Boyd is upstairs, a fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Nobody on base, top of the fourth. New York leading Detroit 1-0. The 2-1 pitch, well hit ball. That's going to hook foul past the third base side. And they count at 2-2. Top of the fourth, the Yankees looking to add on to their 1-0 lead over the Detroit Tigers here at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. The 2-2 pitch, a curveball under the zone. And Matthew Boyd, gosh, he must really love full counts because he is in another one right now. The payoff pitch, a fly ball. This one going to left field. Back goes Goodrum. Goodrum looking up, and he will make the catch a couple of steps in front of the warning track, and that will end the top of the fourth inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Matthew Boyd as the Tigers will look to make this a ball game again. And we are now back at the bottom of the fourth inning. The Yankees leading the Tigers by a score of 1-0. James Paxton back on the mound. 40 pitches through 3 full. That is pretty good, if you ask me. It would be the 3, 4, and 5 hitter, starting with the catcher Jake Rogers, who grounded out to the second baseman DJ LeMahieu on an 0-2 pitch. First pitch, a ball 1 inside. It'll be Rogers, Candelario, and Rodriguez, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. The 1-0 pitch, a fastball outside, 2 balls, no strikes. The Tigers looking to make this a whole new ball game as they are currently trailing 1-0. The 2-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch by James Paxton under the zone.
Hey, throwing the ball great up into this point.
Make the ball 3-1 count. Make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 pitch, a foul ball down the first base side. And another full count. James Paxton looks like to be suffering from what Matthew Boyd has been going through over the course of this game. Getting full counts and letting the Detroit hitters work the count on him. But on that payoff pitch, he makes Jake Rogers swing and a miss for a strike 3, the first out of the inning. A nasty pitch right there by Paxton, as it'll be the strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the year. Looked like he tried that knuckle curve on the inside corner. And we'll now go to Jamer Candelario. The first pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. He struck out swinging on 3 pitches in his previous at-bat in the second inning. Paxton, the step back and the windup, 0-1. It'll be a short ground ball past Paxton, fielded by Gleyber Torres. Throws to first, will just be in time by half a step, as the Yankees will get the second out of the inning. A nice play by Gleyber Torres. He fields it behind the bag. It gets past the glove of the pitcher Paxton. And Torres, with that quick release, is able to get Candelario out at first for the second out of the inning. Here's the shortstop, Ronnie Rodriguez,
Digging in, Ronnie Rodriguez.
who flew out to the right fielder, Aaron Judge, on a 1-0 count. Bottom of the fourth inning, Yankees still lead by the score of 1-0. Bottom of the fourth, first pitch, a ground ball fielded by the third baseman, Urshela. Throws to first, it's in time. And the fourth inning will come to a close. Another 1-2-3 inning for James Paxton. As we go to the top of the fifth inning, the Yankees looking to add to their 1-0 lead.
Digging in to try it
And we are now
again.
back in the top of the fifth inning. The Yankees leading by a score of 1-0.
And he's got to build off that last AB. He battled. Usually when you battle, you get in that swing mode.
As the Tigers already have a couple of pitchers in the bullpen. One of them being Tyler Alexander, who has even started a couple of games for the Tigers in the 2020 season. As an ERA of 3.96. First pitch from Matthew Boyd to Aaron Hicks is a ball one. Count will start off on a 1-0 count. Hicks got a double in his previous at-bat. And the 1-0 pitch fouled off. Evens it up at 1-1. It will be Aaron Hicks, Miguel Andujar, the designated hitter, and the right fielder, Aaron Judge. The 1-1 pitch, that's a curveball outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
So the Tigers, they have a couple of pitchers in the bullpen. One of them being Tyler Alexander, who is the only pitcher out of those two where there are currently stats for him in the 2020 section instead of 2019. The 2-1 pitch, a well-hit ball. It'll hook foul past the third base side. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matthew Boyd looking to start off the inning right. Top of the fifth, 1-0 Yankee lead over the Detroit Tigers. The 2-2 pitch, another foul ball. As Aaron Hicks will be working to count. So it looks like over the course of this game for Matthew Boyd and for the last couple of innings for Paxton, they're letting the offense work the count on him.
And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate.
And the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a foul with Hicks going on one knee. Boyd, the windup and the 2-2 pitch. That is a ground ball fielded by Reyes at second. The throw to first will be in time for out number 1 in the top of the fifth inning. Here's the designated hitter, Miguel Andujar. He flew out to the right fielder, Harold Castro, who then immediately threw home to get Luke Voigt out at home plate, who was tagging from third.
And striding into the plate, it'll be Miguel
1-0 New York over the Detroit Tigers. The only run coming in from a solo home run by DJ LeMahieu back in the top of the third inning. And the first pitch by Boyd, a fly ball, another foul, another long ball down the third base side, and another swing that makes the hitter go on one knee. And Boyd, the 0-1 pitch. A fastball up in the zone, 1-1. Just gets above the strike zone.
Pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
The 1-1.
And Boyd, the 1-1 pitch, that is a fly ball. That one is going to be caught in no man's land. Looked like it was going to fall in short right center, but Victor Reyes will make the backhanded catch in no man's land for out number 2 in the top of the fifth. Brings us to the top of the order, and Aaron Judge. He is 1 for 2 with a single in the first, grounded out to the third baseman Candelario on a trio of amazing plays by him in that third inning, apart from that home run by LeMahieu. First pitch is a ball, a fastball outside. So the manager for the Detroit Tigers this year is, at the beginning of the 2020 season, is Ron Gardenhire. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. Count is even at a ball and a strike. Ron Gardenhire started off the season with the Detroit Tigers. Then, with 8 games left in the season, he announced he was retiring immediately. Or he wasn't going to be the manager of the Tigers anymore, effective immediately. And a familiar name, especially for Mariners fans, Lloyd McClendon, became the interim manager and went 2-6. The 1-2 pitch by Boyd got a foul ball off a Judge. And that would be a pitch down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. That is another foul ball, a chopper going back. And a count at 2-2. And from what I could find, for the 2021 season, the Detroit Tigers have been looking at 2 guys who would be their manager. The 2-2 pitch, a well-hit shot, but that'll go foul past the third base side. It'll stay at 2-2. Judge, just like with every other Yankee hitter, working the count against Matthew Boyd. The 2-2 pitch with 2 outs. That is a strike 3 called in the inside corner. And that's another questionable pitch right there. Strike 3 called by the home plate umpire, Freddie Ferguson. That will end the top of the 5th inning. A 1-2-3 inning will now go to the bottom of the 5th inning with James Paxton, assuming he's going to be back on the mound, as they'll face off against Jacoby Jones, Grayson Grenier, and Harold Castro. So far, the story of the game for both teams, you could argue for both teams over the course of this year, is how the offense has been able to work the counts against Matthew Boyd and James Paxton. For Matthew Boyd, this has happened over the course of his outing. Chances are he might not even pitch past the 6th inning, but we know that he is able to get guys out, and with the help of his defense on a couple of occasions, that has been the case. For James Paxton, that same bug has been hitting him, but only for the last couple of innings, as it started in the 3rd when the Tigers got runners on 1st and 2nd. It happened a little bit in the 4th, but he was able to get his groove back, and that'll be the goal for him, to keep getting his groove as it goes into the bottom of the 5th. The first pitch from Paxton to Jacoby Jones is a foul ball down the third base side. Count starts off at 0-1. It'll be Jones, Grenier, and Castro in the bottom of the 5th. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
That's the modern game right now, north-south. Elevate that high.
And Paxton, the 0-2 pitch, trying that knuckle curve down and in, 1-2. So the two possible managers for the Tigers, Alex Cora and A.J. Hinch. And the 1-2 pitch fouls. Keeps the count at 1-2. The Tigers are going to have a lot of media attention going into the 2021 season. If one of those guys is hired, that's a definite objective fact. And the 1-2 pitch, a strike 3 call and a knuckle curve inside, above the knees, and it'll be another strikeout to Jacoby Jones. And the latest strikeout on a fabulous night from Paxton. Here's Grayson Grenier. And the first pitch, a fly ball. This one going into short left field. At the line is Giancarlo Stanton, who will make the catch for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 30, Harold Castro.
And Harold Castro will walk up to the plate. The Tigers finishing the 2020 season with a record of 23-35. That is 5th place in the American League Central, dead last. While the New York Yankees finished with a record of 33-27, second in the AL East to only the Tampa Bay Rays, who they are going to face in a few days from now in real time, in reality, in the American League Division Series. The first pitch is a curve outside to the left-handed hitter, 0-1.
Just saw an off-speed pitch, wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And the 0-1 pitch, a foul ball, 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch, a check swing, as Paxton gets Castro on strikes again. That will end the 5th inning. And the 1-2-3 inning for James Paxton. The score staying at 1-0 for New York over the Detroit Tigers.
Tyler Alexander is out from the bullpen now, as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season.
And we are now back here in Detroit in the top of the 6th inning, with the Detroit Tigers getting a new pitcher in Tyler Alexander. First pitch up and in, ball 1. Alexander finishing last year 2-3 with an ERA of 3.96, very solid outing in relief this year. And the 1-0 pitch inside, 2-0 will be Stanton, LeMahieu, and Torres, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for Alexander here on the top of the 6th. And the 2-0 pitch, a check swing, down and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Is Stanton, LeMahieu, and Torres. LeMahieu easily the player of the game, 2 for 2 with that home run. And his 3-0 pitch, strike 1, looking on the fastball. As Alexander looks to finish off the first batter he faces And he is able to work it into a full count now with a foul ball down the first base side. Alexander, he pitched for the Tigers last year and finished 1-4 with an ERA of 4.86. Works as kind of a backup starting pitcher, if you could call it that. The payoff pitch, a very, very hard hit ball down the third base side. No foul. He started 8 games for the Tigers last season. He started 2 games for the Tigers this year. And the payoff pitch, another well-hit ball. This one going to left field. Goodrum going back and makes the play. Running in the foul territory, almost hitting the wall. And he'll get Stanton for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. The Yankees, for people who are just tuning in, they are leading by a score of 1-0. Once again, the only run in this game from that solo home run by DJ LeMahieu, which we are showing replay of right now. It was a first pitch hit off of Matthew Boyd. And that is the only thing that has been dividing this game up. It goes over the left field wall, my mistake. And he'll make his first appearance against LeMahieu. First pitch upstairs and inside for a ball 1. So it'll be Matt Hall and John Schreiber. Matt Hall, I do not believe, has pitched in the 2020 season. Well, for John Schreiber, he has. He has pitched 15 games in relief. The 1-0 pitch, fastball outside.
Just 24 years of age.
And evens to count up at, for my mistake, it's a 2-ball, no strike count.
1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far.
And Alexander, the 2-0 pitch, another 3-0 count for Alexander.
I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
And Alexander trying to work past the 3-0 count. That one is a ball over the glove of the catcher. My mistake, the second baseman, Victor Reyes. He'll fall for a base hit. A very well-hit ball on a 3-0 count. An opposite field single to the right-handed hitter LeMahieu. It gets over the glove of the second baseman Reyes and falls in the right center. And DJ LeMahieu now 3 for 3 with a pair of singles and a home run. And here with 1 out in the top of the 6th, here's Gleyber Torres. Alexander, the first pitch upstairs, or a ball 1.
He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far.
Torres, he struck out in the first inning, grounded out to the third baseman Candelario to finish the third. And the 1-0 pitch got him with a breaking ball inside, evens to count up at 1-1. And a ball and a strike, runner on first base, top of the 6th. Yankees leading 1-0. Alexander the pitch. That's a fly ball. That one's going on the right field. Castro is under it. LeMahieu looking on and is now going to race back to first after Castro makes that play. He'll get him for the second out of the 6th. Here's the catcher, Gary Sanchez, who is looking for his first hit of the day. He struck out looking in the first inning and flew out to the right fielder Castro back in the 4th. So Harold Castro, especially in the past few innings, has been getting some time in the outfield. First pitch by Alexander, a chopper past the third base side. Starts it off at 0-1. The New York Yankees, they finished second in the American League East. They beat the Indians in 2 games in the American League Wild Card Series, which was best of 3. And the 0-1 pitch, fastball inside, 1-1. And now, on October 6th, I believe it's either October 5th or October 6th. That's when the division series are going to start in general. They're going to play against the Tampa Bay Rays.
2 out with the man at first.
And the 1-1 pitch, a ball 2 in the inside corner under the knees. Alexander, the 2-1 pitch as a fly ball foul. Fouling away, count is even at 2-2. Alexander with a chance to finish off the inning. Runner at first base, 2 outs, 2-2, 1-0 Yankees. Tyler Alexander against Gary Sanchez. The 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball inside, another full count. A pitcher stool so far. Matthew Boyd done after 5 innings, allowing that 1 run. And 5 hits. And the payoff pitch by Alexander, a ground ball. This gets into the glove of the second baseman Reyes, who tossed it to first and gets it in time for the 3rd out of the inning. Victor Reyes taking a little bit longer than he should have been to field the ball, but he did anyway, and the inning is over. But the Yankees only getting 1 hit.
digging in, Victor Reyes.
And we are now back.
Starting
James
things out in their half
Paxton
of the sixth
throwing
as they
in the
look
bottom
to
of the
shake
sixth
things
inning.
up
He'll
here
face off
for a
against
lineup
Victor
that,
Reyes,
quite
Nico
frankly, has
Goodrum,
been
and Miguel
non-existent today.
Cabrera.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching?
So
they
Matthew
faced,
Boyd finishing
other than
his
it's
outing,
been
5 innings, 5
fantastic.
hits,
We'll see
1
if that
earned run. He has
continues
walked
as we
no
approach
one
the later
and
innings.
struck out 4, but unfortunately he is currently
He's
on
ready.
line for
Here's
the
the
loss
first
because of the
offering.
home run by LeMahieu.
That one's down
And
around
Paxton,
the
the
knees, taken for
first
a
pitch, a strike one, looking above the knees on the bottom part of the zone. Count starts off at 0-1 to Reyes, and now he'll try to bunt for it. That was going to fall past the first base line, or third base line, excuse me, and it was going to fall foul. Count is at 0-2, fielded by Sanchez.
And he goes up the ladder on him, but he lays off 1-2.
And the 0-2 pitch, a fastball above the zone, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch from Paxton. That is a strike 3 called on another pitch in the inside corner. You can tell the home plate umpire really loves that inside corner, especially on 2 strike counts. It happened a couple of times with Matthew Boyd, and now a couple of times with James Paxton. We're now going to go to the top of the order for the 3rd time around in Nico Goodrum with a single and a walk to his name in this game so far. First pitch of ball 1 is Reyes, Goodrum, and Cabrera, who will be the 3 hitters who will face off against Paxton in the bottom of the 6th. James, the 1-0 pitch, a strike 1, looking on the fastball, 1-1. And the last time we saw this Tigers team play, they got shut out by,
And it's 2-1 to the Tigers.
not shut out, but they lost Corey Kluber, who threw a complete game and got the win. 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, struck out 8. And a 1-1 pitch, a ball 2. It makes it a 2-1 count. The pitch will go into short right field. And will be fielded by the second baseman, LeMahieu. Will get him for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th.
The first baseman, Miguel.
Ready once again.
And we now go to Miguel Cabrera once again, 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the day. He grounded out into a double play in the first inning and struck out swinging in the 3rd.
Impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
And James Paxton facing the veteran for a 3rd time. Paxton with a masterful outing so far
First pitch
against
on
the
its way.
offenseless Detroit Tigers. First pitch is a fastball above the zone, a high fastball, 96 miles an hour, ball 1.
Right here. This pitcher wants
Fastest
to
that
end this
Paxton has
inning
thrown
and
is
have 3, 4,
98.
5 due up to start the next inning.
Over the course of the day, nobody on, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th.
Ball and a strike to Miguel Cabrera.
And the 1-0 pitch will be a cutter in the zone, 1-1. Paxton, the 1-1 pitch. That is a foul ball past the third base side. Just barely gets foul over the white line. And Paxton's ahead of the count at 1-2. The windup and the 1-2 pitch. That is outside and low, 2-2. Paxton has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 batters. And the 2-2 pitch is a fastball down and in, another full count.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming
Another
up.
full
Expect
count.
a good pitch to swing at.
For James Paxton, it will be facing off against the middle of the order soon. And the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss and a strike 3. Paxton with strikeout number 9 on the day gets out of the 6th, a 1-2-3 inning as the Yankees look to add to their lead in the top of the 7th. And we are now back in the top of the 7th inning. The New York Yankees leading the Detroit Tigers by a score of 1-0. Tyler Alexander back on the mound. He'll face off against Gio Urshela, followed by Luke Voigt, who is followed by Aaron Hicks. Urshela looking for his first hit of the day, as the Yankees will look to add to their 1-0 lead. First pitch down and in. Start off the count at 1-0.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0.
And the windup and the 1-0 pitch, that is a strike that just barely stays in the zone. 1-1. The umpires for today's game: Freddie Ferguson behind home plate, Eric Summerskill at 3rd, Carl Dixon at 2nd, Joe McDonald at 1st. Alexander getting the sign from Jake Rogers. Count at 1-1 in the top of the 7th. The pitch, that is a fly ball that is going to be in the, that's going to fall in the center field in front of Jacoby Jones. as Gio Urshela gets a leadoff single. The first
The first baseman.
hit for him on the day. And the 7th for the Yankees in this game overall. First pitch by Alexander to Luke Voigt. A foul ball on the third base side. Last time that he was up to bat, he was against Matthew Boyd, and he was getting his first crack at working the count against him, but unfortunately it ended in him flying out to left field to Nico Goodrum. The 0-1 pitch, another foul ball. This one down the first base side. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. The count is at 0-2. 1-0 Yankees, top of the 7th. Runner on first. No balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Alexander to Luke Voigt, the pitch. A fly ball. This one going in the right field. Back goes Castro. Castro is under it, and it's going to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Gio Urshela going back to first. Here is the center fielder Aaron Hicks. Got a double in the second inning and grounded out to the second baseman Victor Reyes in Matthew Boyd's final inning of work.
Into the box, Aaron Hicks.
After getting a couple of foul balls off him, after working the count, extending the at-bat a couple of times, making him throw 7 pitches total in that last at-bat. Here's his first at-bat against Alexander. First pitch is a ball under the zone. Ran a breaking ball, 1-0. Aaron Hicks, the full count, ended in a double. And a 2-2 count with a pair of foul balls ended in a ground out to second. The 1-0 pitch, a foul ball down the first base side. He really knows how to work the count against Boyd. Let's see what he can do against Alexander. The 1-1 pitch, runner goes, and a foul ball down the third base side. Gio Urshela looking to steal second, but Aaron Hicks was looking to make it more. The count of ball and 2 strikes. Alexander the pitch. A curveball outside, 2-2.
Pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by though as a hitter.
The New York Yankees with 1 run and 7 hits and no errors. And they have left 4 runners on base. And the 2-2 pitch, a ground ball fielded by Reyes. Toss it to second for 1. Throws to first in time. And it gets him for a 4-6-3 double play that will end the top of the 7th inning. A nice job by Reyes, Rodriguez, and Cabrera of turning 2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Last half of the 7th here.
And we are now back in the bottom of the 7th inning. Jake Rogers walking up to the plate against James Paxton, who has thrown 72 pitches in 6 full innings. A very, very solid outing. Actually, calling it solid would be an understatement at this moment. Jake Rogers will face off against Paxton to start things off. First off, Paxton throwing that knuckle curveball for an 0-1 count. As the Yankees have a couple of pitchers in the bullpen. And the 0-1 pitch, they'll fall in the dirt. They'll even the count up at 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 against Rogers. It'll be Jake Rogers, Jeimer Candelario, and Ronnie Rodriguez will follow him. And the 1-2 pitch, there's a strike 3 called on a curveball in the outside corner, and that is strikeout number 10 for James Paxton on the day. An incredible performance. It'll be Tommy Kahnle and Chad Green who are currently in the bullpen for the Yankees. Tommy Kahnle has only pitched in 1 game in the 2020 season, while for Chad Green, he has pitched in 22 with a 3-3 record and ERA of 3.51. First pitch, a ball 1 from Paxton. The 1-0 pitch will go outside, ball 2. So the New York Yankees with 1 run on 7 hits. The Detroit Tigers, no runs, and they only have 1 hit, and that was from the leadoff hitter, Nico Goodrum, in the first inning. And the 2-0 pitch, a foul ball going past the first base side, 2-1. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Tigers, no runs, 1 hit. They have left 2 runners on base and have no errors. The New York Yankees, 1 run on 7 hits, no errors, and they have left 1, 2, 3, 4 runners on base. Over the course of this game, pretty fast pace. 2-2. The pitch upstairs and outside. Fastball, full counts.
when you're playing close
Another
games
full
like
count
this,
for
base
James
runners
Paxton
mean everything.
against
So
the third baseman
you can go before
Candelario,
and
looking
start
for his
giving away
first hit of the
free
day
passes.
after he struck out and grounded out to Gleyber Torres. The payoff pitch, a foul ball. They'll go back. Candelario working to count against Paxton, 82 pitches and 7 1/3.
Payoff pitch one more time.
And the payoff pitch by Paxton, that is a swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 11 for James
Certainly
Paxton
not
on the
showing
day.
Any signs of intimidation with these middle of the order guys? That's back-to-back Ks.
And the second
And
time
the 3
against
and 4 guys
Candelario.
are harmlessly back in the dugout.
Paxton has struck out his last 3 batters on the day. He'll bring up the shortstop Ronnie Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. First pitch, a ball 1, the outside corner, trying that cutter. Rodriguez flew out to the right fielder Aaron Judge in the second inning and grounded out to the third baseman Gio Urshela in the fourth. The 1-0 pitch. That is a foul ball past the third base side, but puts him on one knee. Count is even at 1-1. Bottom of the 7th inning, the Yankees lead 1-0. An absolute
1-1 home.
dominating performance by James Paxton, currently going on at the moment. And a foul ball brings it down to a ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch by Paxton, a fly ball. This one's going to go into short left field right near the line. And it'll be caught by the third baseman Urshela. And the 7th inning will draw to a close. Another 1-2-3 inning for James Paxton as the Yankees will keep their 1-0 lead going into the top of the 8th.
And that'll bring up Miguel.
And we are now back in the top of the 8th inning. Tyler Alexander looking to throw his 3rd full inning of relief today against the 9-hitter, designated hitter Miguel Andujar. First pitch to Alexander is a strike 1 looking. The story of the day so far has been James Paxton. He has absolutely dominated the Tigers offense, allowing only 1 hit, and that was from the leadoff hitter. And the 0-1 pitch, a fly ball to right, Castro making the play right near the line for out number 1. And we now go to the top of the order and Aaron Judge. James Paxton, he has struck out. I said 11. My mistake on that. It's actually 12. And Matthew Boyd striking out 3 instead of 4. But James Paxton, 12 strikeouts on the day in 7 innings. It is unclear whether Aaron Boone is going to take him out or leave him in for another inning, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Either possibility can happen here, given Paxton's performance. The first pitch from Alexander to Aaron Judge is a foul ball past the third base side.
And it's a foul ball.
And the count is at 0-1. Judge, just like with Goodrum, got a leadoff single in the first inning, but only with him has he not been able to get a base hit compared to the entirety of the Tigers' offense when Nico Goodrum got that hit. And the 0-1 pitch is a ball inside. The 1-1 pitch, another ball even more inside, makes Judge move out of the way. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the top of the 8th. And a fly ball that's going to fall right near the line in left field. Judge turning the corner for second. The throw will not be in time. Way off line. There's a less of a fly ball, more of a well-hit line drive that'll fall past the left field line. And Aaron Judge gets a 1-out double here in the top of the 8th, looking to add to the Yankees' 1-0 lead. He is able to hit it hard enough to where it gets past the third baseman Candelario, gets over his head, may I add. And the Yankees will have another runner in scoring position, their first runner in scoring position since the second inning. And here's the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton, looking for his first hit of the day. He flew out in a pair of at-bats. In the third one, he grounded out to third base. First pitch outside, a ball 1. Stanton flying out to the right fielder, Castro in the first inning, grounding out to Candelario, and a nice play by him in the third. And flew out to the left fielder, Castro. My mistake, the left fielder, Goodrum, in the 6th inning. And the 1-0 pitch, a check swing. And the home plate umpire, Freddie Ferguson, saying that he went, count is even at 1-1. Judge at second. The Yankees leading 1-0. Alexander, the pitch. That is a foul chopper. It'll fall behind home plate and roll towards the backstop, count at 1-2. Alexander looking to get his first strikeout of the night. He has finished 2 1/3 innings with no strikeouts. And the 1-2 pitch by Tyler. That is a swing and a miss, strike 3. He gets his first K.
I think he had his mind made up. He
And
was
it gets him
swinging
for the
that
second
way.
out of the
Check
8th. And
out
here's
for
the
ball.
second
He
baseman,
left
DJ
pitcher's
LeMahieu,
hand.
the
That
player
pitch wasn't
of
even
the game
close.
so far. He
He
is
would've needed
3
a
for
flagpole to
3,
hit that
a
one.
pair of singles, and the home run that has changed this game to make it an understatement. It's the only essential moment in this game, and that is the Yankees getting that solo home run by LeMahieu
Trying to keep it going. A perfect 3 for 3 thus far.
to make it a 1-0 game. First pitch to LeMahieu is a strike 1 looking. Alexander getting the sign from Rogers. Looking over at Judge at second base. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. That is down and inside. That's another strike. Freddie Ferguson, the home plate umpire, really liking that inside corner of the strike zone for both pitchers. There's no bias. And the count now at 0-2. Runner in scoring position. LeMahieu with a chance to increase the lead for the Yankees. The 0-2 pitch outside. Ball gets away from Rogers. It hits the backstop. Running in the third is Judge. And Tyler Alexander throws a wild
Well,
pitch.
some would say no harm done with that wild pitch, right? But I disagree. The runner's now
That one just getting under the legs. It negs Rogers as Judge will stop at third.
That might not be the case
And,
if he were still on
there
second.
are insurance that's currently standing 90 feet away at third base. Alexander, the 1-2 pitch. That is a ball 2 and a fastball that just gets outside of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. LeMahieu with a chance to keep his perfect day and to get another run batted in.
Just a bit outside.
And the 2-2 pitch by Alexander. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Yankees cannot get another run on the board. Tyler Alexander shutting down New York as they'll have a chance to make this a whole new ball game in the bottom of the 8th. I don't know about you, that was a pretty quick transition there. And we now go to the bottom of the 8th inning
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able
as
to
James
score any
Paxton
runs
will
as
once
we're
again
moving late into this one.
step onto the mound in the bottom of the 8th. They'll face off against Jacoby Jones to start things off. Strike 1 looking. It'll be Jones, Grenier, and Castro, the 2 pitchers in the bullpen right now. Chad Green and Aroldis Chapman, who will look to pitch after him. The 0-1 pitch outside, ball 1. Jacoby Jones has struck out in both of his at-bats. Chad Green possibly will be used in the scenario that Paxton will not finish the 8th. Chapman will possibly be used in the chance that he does finish the 8th, but won't go into the 9th. And the 1-1 pitch, a fly ball going into the right. Aaron Judge will make the catch for out number 1 in the 8th inning. Now bring up the designated hitter Grayson Grenier. Paxton through 7 1/3 innings. He has thrown 90 pitches. He has not even reached triple digits yet. Grayson Grenier 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Paxton, the first pitch. It'll be down and in, ball 1. Grenier 0 for 2. Castro 0 for 2. And the 1-0 by Paxton is in the inside corner. Ball 2. 2-ball, no strike count.
With a guy like this at the plate,
There's Jones, Grenier, and Castro. Grenier, the designated hitter. He struck out swinging in the 3rd, flew out to the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton, in the 5th. The Tigers looking to get something going against the Yankees. James Paxton. And the 2-0 pitch, a fly ball going into left. Stanton is under. It's going to make the catch for out number 2. And we now go to the right fielder, Harold Castro, who has struck out in both of his at-bats, swinging and looking. Paxton so far has struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 batters through 7 2/3 innings in a masterful performance here at Comerica Park. And the first pitch is a fly ball. That one going in the short right. Judge is under it. Paxton is done after 8. He finishes 8 innings, another 1, 2, 3 inning, another goose egg on the scoreboard for Detroit as we go to the top of the 9th.
Brian Garcia enters from the pen to start the ninth inning as he'll try to keep the score right.
And we are now back in the top of the ninth inning. The Tigers bringing in their third and final pitcher, Brian Garcia, as Tyler Alexander will be done after 3 innings of relief. Garcia 2-1 with an ERA of 1.66 after 26 games for the right-handed pitcher.
First pitch coming, here it is.
And the first pitch is a strike one, looking to Gleyber Torres.
Great job pounding his own strike.
It'll be
one.
Torres,
When you got a
Sanchez, and
great hitter in the
Urshela.
box, gotta get ahead. Count
Garcia,
leverage
he
is a must.
pitched his first season in the majors last year, where he pitched in 7 games, had an ERA of 12.15. He allowed 9 earned runs in 6 2/3 innings. But in this season, he completely made a full 180. Count is at 1-1. And Garcia, a fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Torres looking for his first hit of the day. Now in 21 2/3 innings, he's allowed 18 hits and 4 earned runs. And the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2 on an inside pitch. Nasty pitch by Garcia. Nasty enough for Torres to even swing at it. And now he is ahead of the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Garcia, the windup and the pitch. He'll foul it off, keeps the count at 2-2. In 4 earned runs, walked 10, struck out 12 in 21 2/3 innings. For the Tigers, the 2-2 pitch. That's a strike 3 called on the lower inside corner. Once again. And Torres will finish the day 0 for 4. Couldn't get anything out of it.
Nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a
Another strike 3 on the
and I've been
inside
impressed with
corner
the job these guys have
by
done so
Freddie
far.
Ferguson. That area of the plate has been a huge favorite for pitchers today. They have taken advantage of that opportunity. And Brian Garcia definitely doing that here. Here's the catcher, Gary Sanchez. And the first pitch up and in, ball 1. Screen showing for a split second a couple of the relievers in the bullpen. For a split second. Will not be there just yet. As we'll see if the Yankees can do something here. The 1-0 pitch to Sanchez is a fly ball going into right center. And running all the way from right field is Harold Castro for out number 2. So Tyler Alexander, 3 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. He has walked no one and struck out 2, the final 2 batters that he faced, Stanton and LeMahieu. And now here's the third baseman, Gio Urshela. He got a base hit in the 7th, but got out in a 4-6-3 double play hit by Aaron Hicks. It was one of a couple double plays that the Tigers defense pulled off over the course of this game. The other one being in the second innings. First pitch
Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now.
will go in the dirt, roll away from Rogers. The count will start at 0-1. And the 1-0 pitch, a fly ball. This one going into short right field. Looked like Castro would be there, but Victor Reyes will make the play running from second. And that will end the top of the 9th inning as the Tigers will have a chance to tie this game up and extend this game and make it a whole new ball game.
Aroldis Chapman comes out of the bullpen to
And we are
shut
now
things
back
down
in the
here the ninth.
bottom of the 9th inning. The New York Yankees have taken James Paxton out of this game after 8 innings. And now we'll put in Aroldis Chapman,
Victor Reyes. He got called out on strikes his last
who has
time
pitched in
through.
13 games, 1-1 with an ERA of 3.09 for the 32-year-old.
He gets the 2 strikes in this spot.
And the first
Has to
pitch
put
by
the ball in play.
Chapman to Victor
Just gets a
Reyes
piece of it, strike
was a
1.
foul ball. A chopper that will go towards the Yankee dugout. Aroldis Chapman played majority of his career with the Cincinnati Reds and got a lot of national attention over the course of his tenure there due to his amazing breakneck speed on relief, going as fast as 108 miles an hour.
And it's quickly 0-2.
And the 0-1 pitch, another foul ball. On the third base side, 0-2. So James Paxton, 8 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs. He has walked 2 batters and struck out 12. An amazing performance. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chapman getting Victor Reyes swinging. Yep, 1 hit, 2 walks. He struck out 12. He only threw 94 pitches.
Yeah, he looked really dialed in from start to finish.
If he had the opportunity, he would have thrown a complete game. He would have thrown in the 9th inning.
So I think he'll feel pretty good
But
about the effort.
he is good with where he is right now. He is amazing where he is right now, knowing that Aroldis Chapman will have a chance to finish it off. Now we go to the top of the order, and Nico Goodrum, who struck out.
A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
Or my mistake, didn't strike out. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. And a base hit in the 1st inning, walked in the 3rd, and popped out to the second baseman LeMahieu in the 6th. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball outside, 1-1. It is Reyes, Goodrum, and Cabrera. We'll try to get the Tigers their first run on the board. A slow roller fielded by the shortstop Torres. He bobbles the ball, and the Tigers have a base runner on.
Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there.
And the 1-1 pitch, that's a slow roller. It'll be called a base hit. Nico Goodrum getting the first hit for the Tigers since he got the leadoff single in the 1st inning. There is still some light at the end of the tunnel for the Tigers. With 1 out and a runner on first base in the bottom of the 9th inning, Aroldis Chapman now facing off against Miguel Cabrera, the game-winning run at home plate, game-tying run at first. Cabrera hit into a double play back in the 1st inning last time Goodrum had a hit. First pitch of the ball. Sanchez throws to second. Can't get Goodrum at second. Goodrum with a pretty good lead right there off of first, and the Tigers have the game-tying run at second. They have been absolutely dominated by James Paxton over 8 innings, and now with him off the mound, they have a shot. And the first pitch is a strike 1 right down the middle. The next pitch is a ball, a fastball at 101 miles an hour. The game-tying run at second base, and Nico Goodrum 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. The tensions have risen, the stakes have been raised. And the 1-1 pitch, a strike 2 looking to Cabrera.
I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
Jake Rogers on deck. The 1-2 pitch. That is a ground ball fielded by Torres, who fields it, throws to first, and he'll get Cabrera in time. Goodrum stays at second. And now the Tigers' chances of winning this game relies on Jake Rogers, who represents the game-winning run. He is 0 for 3 and has struck out in his last 2 times up, but that's against Paxton. This is an entirely different at-bat here against Aroldis Chapman. Anything can happen at this moment. Chapman, the first pitch. A ball, trying to breaking ball there, 1-0. Nico Goodrum at second. The 1-0 pitch. Gets away from the catcher. Sanchez rolls away from him. Goodrum is going to go to third on a wild pitch. The game-tying run in the bottom of the 9th is 1 base away, 90 feet away. It veers away. It takes an angle, hits off of the brick in the backstop, and rolls away from Sanchez even more. And Goodrum is 90 feet away. The game-tying run, 2 balls and no strikes for Chapman against Jake Rogers. The pitch, fly ball. That one is playable. Short right field. LeMahieu is under it, and the New York Yankees are going to pull away with a win.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball.
No run, 1 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. The Tigers had a chance to tie it, but unfortunately they could not pull it off.
Led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered.
As the final score here, the New York Yankees won, the Detroit Tigers nothing. The winning pitcher, James Paxton, he deserves that win. 12 strikeouts on the day, and the losing pitcher is Matthew Boyd, who allowed that solo home run to DJ LeMahieu. Again, you are listening to the MLB The Show 20 simulation broadcast. My name is Payne. See you in the next game.